called Only One of Us. And when it comes around, your words will be, there is only one of us, there is only one of us. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust, there is only one of us.
So excited because Elaine is doing our Sunday celebration, and I get to be here for that, which is so special. And Elaine and I have known each other for
like
over 3 decades.
Half our
lives. Yeah, she was a student at the center in Morristown, and then you brought Ernie Chu and a whole bunch of people. I have so much to tell you about Elaine because she has a very long list of how she shows up in the world, which is pretty amazing. She's an emissary of divine law and love. She does concerts, workshops, and recordings. She's a trans-denominational minister, a licensed spiritual practitioner, and has a music ministry on Sunday Celebration presenter. She's a wedding officiant and a Florida notary. That's a new one for me. She's an ordained divinity priestess from the Temple of Isis in California. She's a certified passion test workshop facilitator. She does children's events and school assemblies, senior programs. She gets them when they're born, and she gets them when they're and everywhere in between.
Except for the teenagers.
Oh, and she does folk music and house concerts. And she's a certified Beatleologist. So most of you know by now that she's doing a workshop/concert at 1 o'clock on her profession and her talent as a Beatleologist. So I'm so excited that you're here. She's going home tomorrow. So we get her on the last day up in New Jersey. And in between, we're going to have social hour because Mark and Kathy got married a few weeks ago and they want to celebrate with all of you. So they brought all kinds of goodies.
Thank you.
So let's do our namaste practice. This is where we put our hands together in front of our hearts. Namaste is the Sanskrit word for the divinity in me blesses the divinity in you. So just bless somebody or somebody's or everybody or just bow to them. Let them, I'm bowing to you, Ed. Namaste. And let's do an opening treatment, which is our word for affirmative prayer. But before I do, I also want to tell you that we have a new flyer up there because on November 10th, Kathy has arranged a concert with Rhonda Dene. So be sure to grab that flyer. And on November 19th, we're having a very special Center for Spiritual Living Morristown meeting. Everybody is invited. What we're going to talk about is who are we now? And where are we going? What's next for us? And we want all of your voices to be a part of that. So we hope that you can make that. And of course, this Saturday, hallelujah, is the Brookside Wellness Fair. One person volunteered from our community. So I'm looking for at least 4 more people. If it's an hour, we would love to have you to be a greeter or to help us set up or help us break down. We would love to have your help. But that said, there's lots of flyers over there, so take a look and see everything that's going on. And let's treat, which is our word for affirmative prayer. And then I'm going to turn it over to Elaine. So right here, right now, as I withdraw my attention from the outer world and bring it to the inner world of spirit in my heart of hearts, I know that when I say I, mine, me, I don't speak for myself. I speak for the presence and the power of divine love in all of us. That place where we are one. That place where we are deeply connected, always have been and always will be. And most of all, where we are connected to the universal presence that we can call God, Buddha, Allah, Spirit, Life, Divine Presence, Divine Grace. It has all those names. And then into the nothingness that is the allness. And so right here, right now, I celebrate this very moment, this very day, this time together, and especially Elaine as she inspires us today in our experience of spiritual community. So in the oneness of all life, I simply open my heart and my mind and my body and my soul to the experience at hand, allowing it to uplift me into the realm of greater awareness, of being a lover of life, and being of service to all of humanity, simply by being a unique individualization of the one. So with awe and gratitude, and I turn this over to the universal law, which knows exactly how to demonstrate it in the highest and best ways. Because gratitude truly is the demonstrator, and so it is.
And so it is.
All right, Elaine.
So the program today is titled Scientific Prayer, a method or effective practical method for manifesting. And that prayer that Frankie just did is what we're going to break down, and you're going to learn it, and we're going to sing each of those steps. So when we say a spiritual mind treatment, what it is that it's a way of treating the atmosphere of the mind, the one mind, and we have individualizing minds that are all part of this. It's not like we're each a body with a mind, but there's just one mind with all these bodies connected to us. And so that's one of the ways that we're connected. Even when we breathe air, that's a kind of a tangible way to experience oneness, because we're all breathing that same air. It wasn't such a popular statement to say during COVID, though. So this first piece is kind of like a meditation and a teaching, and it's called Chanting the 5 Steps, because this is a method. Scientific prayer, it's science, it's a method. There are steps, and we usually begin with some kind of an intention that we're setting. And So there's the result that we say this is the result. So today I'm setting the intention of this prayer to teach spiritual mind treatment through chanting and to assist each one in manifesting their clear heart's desires. And if that's what they want. If you don't want it, that's okay too. Whatever it is that you want, I want that for you. Or something better, because we don't want to limit source. So that or something better. Spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer, prayer treatment sometimes, an SMT, or just treatment. Treats the mind to become more receptive to what it is we want to manifest, continue to manifest. And again, that or something better. Scientific, there's a method that uses steps, and right now I'm sharing with you the 5-step treatment, which is the most popular one. That's the one we're mainly taught. I've seen 7 steps, 6 steps, 3 and even 1. Begins with step 1, which is known as recognition. It's the principle of recognizing that God is all there is. You can have another word for it. Frankie had a bunch of words in her treatment. When she was saying all those Buddha, Allah, whatever you said, that was step 1. Recognizing that energy. No matter what you call it, it's all there is. There's 1,000 or more names, words for God, Goddess, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, Oprah, Elena, Frankelina, with that ah sound. Very sacred sound, ah. So the chant, the little mantra that goes with the recognition step is, God is all there is. So here's your part. God is all there is. Try it. God is all there is. One more time for me. God is all there is. Beautiful. You got it. You got step 1. God is all there is. You can take notes too if you'd like. It could be helpful. We're going to move on to step 2, unification. And when Frankie was saying, I, me, mine, she was saying that for all of us. We're all unified. And we're unified with our source, always. But the unification step brings us into conscious awareness. You know, a conscious mind is much more powerful than an unconscious mind. So we want to be in the awareness that God and I are one. Let's try that. God and I are one. And again. God and I are one. This is where the power of the prayer is. When we know who and what we are, when we're tapped into visualization or an affirmation or a declaration. And say, all is well with me. There it is in the first person. So this is the part of the program where you get to think of a realization step for yourself. But I made one up for all of us, and then you can just think your own, or you can use this one and come up with another one later. It goes like this. I am open to my good. There's a breath there before we do with the whole song. I am open to my good. Two more times. I am open to my good. I am open to my good. Now we're going to put them together. God is all. God is all there is. God and I are one. Take a breath. I am open to my good. And again. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. Doing great. We're going to move on to step 4. Most important step. The gratitude step. And if we're in that place of gratitude, law of attraction gives us more things for which to be grateful. You know, that law part of God always responds to how we're thinking, feeling, and most importantly, how we're vibrating. And it always says yes. I learned that from Dr. Frankie. The universe always says yes. So we want to affirm that step right now, like this. I am so grateful. Let's try that. I am so grateful. One more time. I am so grateful. Let's put them all together. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. I am so grateful. So one more time. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. I am so grateful. Yeah. Last step. Very important step. It's where we release our prayer. Just let it go. Allow it to come. Allow it to manifest. And this is where we have that. This is something better. We don't want to limit our good. And this is where, as a divine being, as if we're one with God, we know that we're made of that same essence and presence and substance that God is made of. So that's a good time for us to think about employing not just faith in God, but the faith of God. Because we're all different gods, you know. All of me and all of each one here is made of that. But each one here and me, we're not you in song. And yeah, I'm going to do two. They're a cappella. So, I wrote the world's shortest treatment. 9 words. Okay, so it goes like this. And I'll show you the steps with my finger. God is, I am its perfection. Gratefully I release. So that should be 9. God is, I am its perfection. Gratefully I release. Those are the 9 words. Okay, so it's God is, I am its perfection. Gratefully I release. Let's try it again. God is, I am its perfection. Gratefully I release. One more time. God is, I am its perfection. Gratefully I release. And so it is. That's 4, right? And so it is. And so it is. So it's called Treatment in 13. I think that's on the Ernest CD. And when my engineer saw the title, he thought it was going to be a song in 13/8 time. I'm like, no, it's 13 words. So this one is called One Power and Presence Treatment. And so it's going to be a call and response. So I'll say, there is only one power and presence.
There is only one
Power and presence. Let me conduct it.
Oh.
my brain is still on the last one. There is only one power and presence. There is only one power and presence. It's the source of all there is. It's the source of all there is. It makes up everything in the universe. It makes up everything in the universe, including you and me. Including you and me. I am blessed and highly favored. I am blessed and highly favored. As I give, I do receive. As I give, I do receive. I am grateful every single day. I'm grateful every single day. I release my word to the law. I release my word to the law. It is done, it is done. It is done, it is done. It is done, and so it is. It is done, and so it is. Good job, Noel. All right. You can clap. So I just took Roots of Science of Mind class again, the second time or possibly the third time, because I've been in this teaching since 1993. So that's like 30 years.
It's your anniversary.
All right, so Emma Curtis Hopkins, she was one of the teachers of Ernest Holmes. She was known as the teacher's teacher. And she taught the Fillmores and a lot of the teachers. And she also began her scientific prayer career as working in Christian Science, and she worked with Mary Baker Eddy. And that was fine until Emma Curtis Hopkins had some bigger ideas. And I think that's where we first figured out we're open at the top, because Christian Science is fine, it's wonderful, but they stop at here. But we're more like, what are we doing next? What's next? Like you're gonna have that meeting on the 19th. What's next? Who are we? So we always want to live in that question. So when we studied this, we learned a little bit of Christian Science, and their 2 big principles are, there is no evil. Now there's evil deeds, but there's no power of evil. There's only one power, and anybody that shows up like Evil, it's a derangement of the one power. It's more ego-driven. And the second principle is there is no matter. And so I always thought that matter was, okay, this is, even though everything's energy, this is matter, this is here, this is physical. I thought it was physical, but I learned that it's actually mental. And we have that idea of, if you don't mind, it doesn't matter. And I've said that a lot of musicians, when they're tuning their guitars, well, it's mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. But it's really true. You focus your energy somewhere else. If you don't want to focus on suffering because you don't like the way it is, you go pet the dog, you go for a walk, you do something else, you write a haiku poem. So this was one, I wrote 2 songs. This one, we have final projects. So this was one of my final project songs, and it's called Mind Over Matter. And I wanted to teach you about the denial step, because Frankie didn't really focus on that. I don't know if you do now, but this denial step could be the 6th step. I like to think of it as part of the 3rd step, where we affirm what we want, and then we can say, and anything that shows up like this, things we don't want, I vanquish to the nothingness from where it came. So we're denying that thing that we don't want has any power, and then we reaffirm. So I kind of still think it's 5 steps. So it goes like this. Oh, I do play it on the guitar. I just wrote it. Okay. And here. Flat pick. A little country song. It doesn't matter if you don't mind focusing attention on the divine. Try that part. It doesn't matter if you don't mind focusing attention on the divine. Look within to see what you find. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. Look within to see what you find. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. So that's the chorus. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter if you don't mind focusing attention on the divine. Look within to see what you find. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. Thoughts create our feelings. Mind brings powerful healing. Recognize, unify. Then affirm what you first denied. I'll say that again. Okay. Thoughts create our feelings. Mind brings powerful healing. Recognize, unify. Then affirm what you first denied. Doesn't matter if you don't mind. Focus attention on the divine. Look within to see what you find. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. Gratefully I release my word. Thankfully the universe has heard. It is done, it is what it is. All is well and so it is. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. Focusing attention on the divine. Look within to see what you find. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. It doesn't matter if I don't mind. It doesn't matter if you don't mind. All right, so we're going to move on to a song for each step now. Now that you know the steps, so we're going to do, what step do you think will be first? Any ideas?
Recognition.
One.
Step 1, which is what?
Recognition.
Recognition. So, I first started my Science of Mind training with Frankie, and when we were in the Friendship Hall at the center that was in Morristown, and the downstairs, and there was this, was that it? You had a podium, that was downstairs, and up here on the wall was a famous saying and picture of Ernest Holmes, and that saying said, there's a power for good in the universe and you can use it. And I had used that and thought of that so many times when I was in a situation where I felt disempowered. And I said, oh, there's a power for good in the, I can use it, oh, okay. So, this is called There's a Power. And where is the point of power? Who knows where the point of power is? Yes?
Your heart?
Well, you could, physically, yeah, it could be your heart, could be your mind, but what about
Within.
within, yeah, but I'm thinking of time. Like, where is
Now.
it?
Now.
Right now, right?
Oh,
Because
yes.
we can learn from the past. What we're learning now, we can set intentions for the future, but we're doing that in the now present moment. So this is a song about that power and the power of now. Here's your part. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it if you choose it. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it right now. That's right. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it if you choose it. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it right now. Now let's sing it again in the first person. Okay. There's a power for good in the universe, and I can use it if I choose it. There's a power for good in the universe, and I can use it right now. And the power now is calling me, and the power now brings me all I can be, and the power now is listening and beckoning me. There's a power for good in the universe, and I can use it if I choose it. There's a power for good in the universe, and I can use it right now. And the power of my hand is calling me, and the power of my hand brings me all I can be, and the power of my hand and the power of now are beckoning me. There's a power for good in the universe, and I can use it if I choose it. There's a power for good in the universe, and I can use it right now. And I can use it right now. And I can use it right now. Need a sip of tea here? We're gonna go on to what step do you think would be new? What is that step? What is that step? We have recognition. we have
Unification.
Unity, close. Unification. Right. And what's the little mantra of that? We have God is all there is, and what's the next step?
I am one with God.
Yeah, God and I are one, I am one with
God
God.
and
Yeah.
I am
Very good. Give her a gold star. So, I guess we need to get a cough drop. All right, so this one's called I Am Made of God. And all of us are. It goes like this. Let me see here. I am made of God, and God is all of me. I am made of the goddess, and she is all of me. I'm made of spirit, see it, feel it, hear it. I am presence, there's an essence, there's a light within me that shines. There's a presence, there's an essence, reflecting on your light. There's a presence, essence, there's an essence of light. There's a light within me that shines. There's a presence, there's an essence, reflecting on your light. I am made of love, God is all of me. I am made of the goddess, and she is all of me. I am made of spirit, see it, feel it, hear it. I am made of love, God is all of me. There's a presence, there's an essence, there's a light within me that shines. There's a presence, there's an essence, reflecting on my heart. There's a presence, there's an essence, there's a light within me that shines. There's a presence, there's an essence, there's reflecting on my heart. Reflecting on my heart. Reflecting on your heart. We are going to move on to step what? Which is what?
Realization.
Recognition, yes. And when I was studying for the second time for my Science of Mind Practitioner's license, I mean, it took me 25 years to get the license. I started it with Frankie, and then I finished the coursework in 2003. Started with her. It took me 10 years to do that, but then I never got the license because it didn't really matter that much to me. I just loved the work so much, and then when we moved for 4 years to West Palm Beach, there really wasn't a center in Sarasota at the time that I was performing in. So we moved, and I looked at Natural Awakenings magazine, and there was Center for Spiritual Living of the Palm Beaches. James and I started taking classes, and Reverend Marcia called me up. She goes, you only need 2 more classes, and then you can take the practitioner course. Would you want to? And I said, okay, because it was the next thing to do. It was just saying yes to life, so important. And I'm so glad I did it, because once I actually got into the actual studying, it was a completely different curriculum from the one in 2001, 2, whenever that was. And really powerful course, and I recommend it to everybody. You don't have to be the minister, you can just be a practitioner, and you can just know and live these teachings. And and they respond so perfectly to the law, to the universal laws. And when you keep the law, your life works. When you're conscious of what the law, stop breaking the law, and your life will start working. So we were studying, I believe my favorite book was Essential Ernest Holmes. And I had a broken arm at the time. I broke this arm. I have a metal plate and 17 pins in here, but I can still do this because I had faith that the doctor was good. I didn't even know that it wasn't a conscious thing. I just, I'm going to be fine. And I'm pretty fine. So this one's called One Belief at a Time. It is done unto you as you believe. So powerful. And so some of these lines are from the book, and then some of them I filled in to make it rhyme. I'm building my future, one belief at a time. It's nature or nurture, one belief at a time. Try that. I'm building my future, one belief at a time. It's nature or nurture, one belief at a time. It is done unto you as you believe, and it comes as you open to receive. You can achieve all that you can conceive. So what I did was I collected lots of different new thought expressions and sayings like this. Everything happens for a reason, and all is divine. There's a power for good in the universe, all is in divine order. What goes around comes around, all is divine. There is not a spot where God is not, and all is divine. Whatever, and all is divine. My personal favorite. What you think of me is none of my business, and all is divine. I'm building my own future. One week at a time. I'm building my future. One relief at a time. Nature and nurture. One relief at a time. One relief at a time. One relief at a time.
What's the next step? What's the next step? Step 4, what is it? Who knows? Who remembers?
Gratitude. Gratitude, yeah. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I'm so grateful, so very grateful for the blessings in my life. For the blessings in my life. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I am feeling so blessed. I am feeling so blessed. And as I'm giving, I am receiving, and I'm feeling the love that is. But love is everything, I'm one with everything. I am feeling so blessed. I'm so grateful, so very grateful for the blessings in my life. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I am feeling so blessed. And as I'm setting my clearest intention, more than hoping I know it's true, for what I'm placing my attention responds to the absolute. I'm so grateful, so very grateful for the blessings in my life. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I am feeling so blessed. I am feeling so blessed. I am feeling so blessed.
All right. Now we're going to do which step?
Which is what?
Release.
Release! Yes, yes.
And I wrote this one. This is the newest one I wrote for this program.
And because I used to end it with I release and I let go, but beautiful song, little, everybody does it. So I had to write my own. Remember I spoke about we can let go and let God, or we can let God first and then let go. We can turn that over. For some people it's a little bit easier. So just turn it over to something else and feel safer in letting go and releasing. It goes like this. I let God and I let go, releasing into source. When I let go and I let God, I'm on a sacred course. That's a course, let's try that. I let God and I let go, releasing into source. When I let go, I let go and I let God, I'm on a sacred course. I get out of the way and I open up to the
Yeah, it's very That's so nice. Thank you so much for inspiring us. And we hope that all of you stay because she's doing the Beatlology concert workshop afterwards. And that's at 1 o'clock. And we did not do any kind of official registration. So I will come around to whoever wants to register for that. It's $20 and it's going to be here at 1 o'clock. And we'll have a little social hour in between. So we now have our offertory. We invite you to support this community any way you can. And if you cannot support it financially, I know that you can support it with volunteering. Or I know you can support it just holding us in your heart and including us in your spiritual work, our center and our community, because all that matters. So we do a little affirmation. There's envelopes in here if you want to use an envelope. Personally, I love the tax deduction at the end of the year. So that's why we use envelopes. And if you want to give, you can give online. You can do text to give. There's many different ways to give. I'll just pass the basket. If you're not giving today, just bless the basket. Just hold your hand over it. Keep passing it around. If you're doing checks, if it comes around and it's just keep moving and it will come back to you. Let's repeat after me with this little affirmation. Divine love consecrates my gift.
Divine love consecrates my gift.
It goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless.
It goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless.
It returns to me.
It returns to me
Abundantly.
abundantly.
As I share my good.
As I share my good.
I accept my greater good.
I accept my greater good.
I want to tell you one more thing that I forgot to tell you about. Many of you know that Steve Darsitano has been teaching yoga, Kundalini yoga, for years. First it was in our space, and then it's been online. On Tuesday, it's his last class. We invite you to join that. It's really for everybody, and it's so much fun. Steve is such a great teacher, but he's going to be a daddy.
All right.
Beginning of October, his beloved Sarah is giving birth to a little boy. I think it's a boy, right? It's a boy.
50-50 chance.
No, it isn't. No, he told me. It's a boy, yes. And he's going to be really busy being a daddy, and he's working and studying, but he'll be back. So he'll also be back with some.
Kundalini yoga is so great.
Oh, it's fabulous. So one more class on Tuesday at 6:30. You do need to sign a waiver if you've never taken it before, but if you have any questions, just ask me. So I'm going to turn it over to Elaine, who's going to do a closing treatment in song.
Yes, and this is a famous treatment by Ernest Holmes. And it goes like this. There's a lot of repeating. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now, as I am. I am God.